Hello, thanks for stopping by the channel. I'm LynzloByChoice. I build in The Sims 4 and today we are doing the same thing, and this is for a small apartment in San Myshuno, and I made it so that it's for best friends. Yes, a studio apartment for best friends. That may be a cause for a disaster, but I had to build it. I knew that I could see the layout in my head and I wanted to do it in this lot. The last time I renovated for this apartment, it was for like a thrifted decor vibe for that, and it was kind of closed off a little bit, but for this I wanted the entire apartment to be a studio apartment with a closed off bathroom, you know, for privacy reasons. And after creating the layout, I knew I wanted to just start on a bedroom because then I would kind of get an idea of what the rest of the apartment would kind of start to look like. And this best friend has their own little nook and cranny here. You know, it's very nice, very demure. Sorry. But it is very nice. I do enjoy making cutesy decorations in The Sims because that's not necessarily my style, and so being able to at least dabble in it is always a great time. And so for this one, the main colors were pink, purple, and we go for a light orange wood tone here, which I think really complements the other colors. And I kind of feel like the Sim who has this part of the room lived here first because they kind of have a small sliver of privacy. Now, it's not really that much because it is a studio apartment, but they do have a small hint of privacy that the other best friend doesn't have, and I feel like that is the case because they found the apartment maybe, or they lived here, and when the best friend told her that she had to move out of her apartment, she was like, oh, you can just stay with me, I have more than enough room. And that is when she really was like, okay, I can stay here and I will put my best friend over in the corner over here. And I love this. I really got the idea to create a best friend apartment like this after watching The Bold Type. I don't know if you've seen it, but I love that show, and I took inspiration not necessarily in the layout of the apartment, but I did notice that when one of the friends needed to move, they moved into their best friend's apartment and they had their bed like out in the open, and I was like, oh, that is so cute, and so I wanted to do it. And so this is me doing it, and this is where one of the best friends sleeps, and I like this swatch of it, but I recognize that it is just too close to the other best friends, and so although it's not like they're opposites in terms of what they have interest in and what colors they like, but I just wanted to make a distinct difference so you can see they do have their own personalities and not necessarily like riff off of each other all the time. But I did notice that I wanted to add a lot of clutter here because it is a studio apartment and they are sharing this space together. There's not a lot of room for personal storage for one sim and, you know, another, and you know, typically people have a lot of stuff. So because there's not a lot of closed off storage, I did have to make it so that, you know, they had things, but they were just gonna have to be out in the open because I didn't have a lot of space, and also make it look more put together like a traditional like bedroom suit would be. So that is why I have those chests there. I have like the modular dresser and then the shelves there that match her bedroom suit, but not necessarily the best friends or even the decor style of the rest of the apartment. And speaking of the rest of the apartment, you can see I am putting in what we have is a living room space, not an actual room like with the dining area over there. I love being able to put a ceiling light right above that because it definitely shapes the space into what we want it to be. I do have the couch facing one way right now, but I do end up changing it just so it's facing the door and bringing the attention away from the bed. And I am about to place this DJ sound booth area, and it's just to add some more activity items here in this apartment. I do think that that roommate is probably like a nighttime DJ or something, which would not be a bad career path, especially for the type of Sims that I think live here and them being so open with each other, and maybe they're like in their early 20s or mid-20s or something, and they're just really enjoying life, and I love that for them. Now back to this. For the kitchen items, I do end up using a lot from the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack, and that's because they came with a lot of pastel colors that I was already using in this space. You can see we're using off-white, whites, and like really pastel colors or light blues. This is a turquoise, I believe, but it is on the lighter side, and I felt like I could really bring it all in with the swatches that came with the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack. Now this was really difficult for me. I don't know why, but I did want to have a TV in this apartment, but I just didn't know how it would turn out, because then, you know, the back of the TV is ugly, and so I needed to add something there. Inevitably, I do end up using the bookshelves that we got from the Tiny Living stuff pack, which I think actually really worked. But also, this is all subjective. I like how this is decorated because this is how I could see the best friends. Now if you download this into your game using the gallery, my name is LynzloByChoice on there as well, you can always change up the swatches, even the main decor items, if that's not what works with your gameplay style or the family that you're working with. I feel like I'm always transported more into the game when I can see their personality in the surroundings that they own. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. And I always like to have enough lighting in the beginning of my building because it just makes a lot of things easier to see with the colors and everything. But once it's time to like close out the build and I'm coming near the end of decorating, I always like to try to take away some of those ceiling lights so it can look a little bit more realistic, because there's not ceiling lights everywhere. Sometimes there are lamps and side tables with lamps on them, and I want to be able to give you guys that realism. But now we're working in the bathroom, and I decided to go for a more modern upgrade to the bathroom to kind of match what we're seeing in the kitchen, and I hope that shows. So if you do want to download this, it's already up on the gallery. You can do so there. You have to filter for rooms, and then you can place it while you're in the lot. We are now nearing the end of this build, but I do go back in and just add some more decorations. Specifically, this is for the kitchen, and I also add in those Tiny Living bookshelves, which I think are all necessary additions to make this look like a realistic apartment, in my opinion. If you like this video, please like this video. And also, I do want to make an announcement. I have started a mini Love Struck series, and it'll follow one sim, and we're just on a journey of finding love. The premiere date for it is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but of course it'll always be up on the channel. I'm really excited to show this to you all, and I put a lot of effort into it. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever more videos get posted. And thank you so much for chilling in the Linden and building with me today. See you later. Bye. Time of our